Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's how I would love to start it off. This is ideal, you know, Mika Mirrors. So Mika, just a character that is, you know, she's got pretty short range for this game. And she's one of the premier kind of grappler, rushdown characters. So this is going to be a slugfest.
I like to think of her as like a half grappler in the same vein as like an Abel from Street Fighter 4 or like one of those characters. Doesn't have any like zero frame grabs or anything like that. A lot of her grabs are techable, but definitely like a half grappler. Yeah,
she has good close range pressure, good staggers and frame traps and stuff like that, but then she does have that throw to kind of amplify her game. So Neanderthal doing pretty well so far in this first match, and he has Vorpal, so that's that resource we were talking about earlier. It gives you more damage, gives you access to this important cancel called Chain Shift. So we're going to be talking about Chain Shift a lot, and we'll see if maybe it comes into play. Neanderthal, though, I think he's just going to hold on to it.
Oh, nice anti-air. Oh, too high, though. Okay.
Crazy Ape. See if make something happen here. Oh!
Whoa.
Jumps out of it, though. That works out pretty well.
Yeah, no punish. All right, nice. 3C anti-air again.
Yeah, Neanderthal
definitely on the ball with those anti-airs. Yeah. Important.
And he is a player that plays a lot of games. I think we'll definitely be seeing him this weekend in BB Tag. Pretty high seed, if I recall. So nice to see him also playing Under Night.
Ooh, red beat, but no tech.
Oh, tried to go for the gimmick, actually. I like that. The empty jump into super, but it might have been the wrong super. He got jabbed out of it.
Yeah, if that was a 360, that should have worked, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so you can see Mika has this like missile. It's kind of like maybe Ganon in Vampire, where she can kind of just fly around the screen, input a button multiple times, and kind of choose the direction she goes. So this is a character that lets you have a lot of fun. She has a lot of moves that are kind of unsafe or kind of wild, but you can spend meter to try and make them safe or keep your turn. So she is a character that lets you go ham.
And there was her command grab, which was techable there.
Yeah, her command grab is normally techable, but it's really good for hunting defensive options like shield, which is this really important option that lets you gain grid to get that tug of war under place. But yeah, if someone throws you, then you actually lose your defensive options. You lose access to all those resources. Neanderthal, though, going to go up 1-0.
Yeah, it looks like Neanderthal just a little more on top of this mirror match here.
Yeah.
Good use of 3C. The more I'm watching, it looks like I thought he was just like crazy reactions on the 3Cs. Some of them I think were reaction, but also part of it I think he's just throwing that out as a poke a lot of the time also, and happens to be catching some jumps as well. Yeah,
in something like a Mika Mirror, you just kind of utilizing any kind of good mid-range tools you can, just kind of stuff what they're doing. Is he changing characters?
Yeah, Mika has a lot of like forward moving attacks, dash B, dash C, the command grab.
Definitely.
So yeah, just controlling that space in front of you, not letting her move forward, definitely can be helpful.
Speaking of controlling space, we got Nanase now, the switch up. So Nanase, a little more of a traditional character, kind of a Shoto of this game. The big thing she has is she makes these really good fireballs. They're kind of like Sonic Booms. They start slow and then they kind of speed up.
Right, and she can run in behind them.
Yeah, and she can do, knockdown mix-ups off of that kind of stuff, too. So if Crazy Ape can get the space, he definitely just he can do whatever he wants, basically, neutral. If he can actually make these fireballs. But Neanderthal just doing a really good job of staying in, not letting him do it. There's the fireball, though.
Oh, good avoidance. Using the Mika missile to stay off the ground.
Yeah, Mika has some pretty good air mobility for this game, so it might be a little tough for Crazy Ape, even with a fireball set, to stop Mika from just jumping around and stuff like that.
What I think I'd like to see based on that first fireball interaction, I'd like to see Crazy Ape throw a fireball and then just slowly come in behind it.
Definitely.
Maybe look for an anti-air, because Nanase with that jump up C has such a good air-to-air.
Yeah, it's actually very scary trying to be mobile if the Nanase player can catch you, because if you get hit by that fireball, it's actually a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's a good starter.
Neanderthal has so many resources here, though. He might just do something crazy and try and use a cancel of some sort to make it happen.
So again, you see using the Mika missile to avoid the whole fireball situation.
Okay, there's the overhead from Crazy Ape, and there it is, Chain Shift.
Yeah.
It actually stops time, basically. You can see what they're doing, so really ideal usage there by Neanderthal. Stop time, see that he's in the air, time your anti-air, get that good damage.
Whoa, just wake up IWEX, all right.
Yeah, talking about new mechanics, there's IWEX, which has a really complicated acronym. I actually don't remember the exact. Infinite Worth EXS, but it's basically the super you can use, but you have to be at low HP and you have to have full resource, and it does pretty good damage. So maybe Crazy Ape can use that to stage a comeback here, but Neanderthal has a lot to work with. He's got more life, and yeah, there it is, just going to poke out Crazy Ape.
Yeah, again, the 3C, just the go-to poke there for Neanderthal. All right, so Neanderthal.
It's the first match of the morning. down, and it's a Mika mirror into a Mika Nanase match. I enjoyed that a lot.
So let's talk a little bit more about grid. We didn't really get into it too much during that match. So we mentioned chain shift and how Vorpal state, you get bonus damage, stuff like that. So if this is your first time watching the game, what you're going to want to pay attention to is right in the middle of their meter, there's a little clock, a little circle. So that's the cycle going around. So every time it gets to the noon position in that cycle, whichever player has more grid, they win the cycle, and that's what gives them access to that Vorpal state, lets them do cancels, lets them get the bonus damage. You get a free alpha counter if you want. There's a lot of different ways to spend the Vorpal.
Definitely.
And it's just so important. It gives you so many options that you're going to see a lot of weird situations as the cycle gets closer.
Definitely,
a lot of decisions that you wouldn't understand why they're doing certain things, because the reason is they're trying to win the Vorpal cycle. So they might go for a last-minute throw. Throw builds you a lot of grid, takes grid away from the opponent. They might go for a shield. A lot of shield break situations happen as the cycle is running out. It's a lot of mind games every time the cycle goes around, which is why I love this game so much.
Yeah, if you're like new to Under Night, all you need to remember is that when that cycle's getting close to midnight, something important is happening.
Right.
So it's like, it's really cool because it's basically an extra layer of context in which the rest of the reading, the mind games, are going to be applied to. So it's like, you can't just read your opponent right. You also have to kind of factor in that context of where in the cycle you are. Like you might get a good guess, but that guess is actually, you know, less important at the beginning of the cycle, but gets really important towards the end when it can dictate who's going to win the next cycle. So the side that wins that gets the glowing, color. So that person's going to have that extra resource. So you want to pay attention to the person who has that glowing resource, and then as it's getting close to midnight, you can kind of see who's winning that, and maybe that's going to bring in some context on how the match is played. So definitely be paying attention to that if you're new to Under Night. That's a really key thing, and one of the most fun parts to not only watch but to play, obviously.
Exactly.